Hi everyone. I hope you got started already on this week 5 stuff, but this is the official week 5 video. I want to say that I really appreciate the 3 people that have already sent me full completed drafts. 2 of them have even revised since they sent it to me. That means another 35 of you have yet to start writing. So please, please, please do start writing. And remember that you can send me stuff. So let's start from the top. We're working on our first AMS essay this week. Academic Multi-Source Synthesis essay. I have a little Google Doc here to help us. Look, there's another congratulations to those 3 students who sent me full drafts. The reason I'm emphasizing this is I want to remind people that I actually like you to send me drafts. That I think this is a good thing, that you're not inconveniencing me. It's not a bad thing. It's normal. It's sort of expected. We're online. This is how I help you, so please send me drafts. Okay, so this is an overview of the week, of how time should go. So it says, please send me all the videos and materials, or please watch all of the videos and materials that are in week 5. And one way you could do that is you could think of that as your actual class time. This is going to take you 2.5 to 4 hours, which is why last week was scheduled so light. I had you read a tiny thing last week and do one forum. But that was not 9 hours worth of work. The reason for that is so you could start this week's work. And I told you ahead of time to look at all those resources. So anyway, look at all those resources, all the resources from week 5. Then write your rough draft, respond to others, and revise your draft. That's the overview. After you read and watch everything, my first suggestion is you brainstorm for ideas. You got to problematize some idea that has to do with discourse communities or audiences or language or communication. One way to do that is look at what they all wrote about and what you were thinking about. And your annotations on the things you've read. So you're trying to make a problem. What is the problem that you could talk about? There's thousands of problems you could talk about. But for examples, I put up like 5 or 6 here. Learning a new discourse community can feel oppressive. That's a topic. That's a problem. Learning a new discourse community can make a person feel uncomfortable inside. That could be a problem. Learning a new discourse community can feel like too much work, so you just don't do it. People avoid learning new discourse communities or new discourse languages because it's too much work. That's a problem. Being asked to adapt to someone else's form of communication can make you feel like you have to change. That's a problem. And there's a whole lot of stuff about that change. You can word that. There's different problems associated with it. So the first step is to find the problem you want to play with. After you find that problem, and you need to word it as a problem. Like my last one here is, average folks just don't think enough of audience, or think about their audience enough when they communicate. Come up with your problem. What is the problem? Then run through the sources that we've had so far to try to remember which ones have to do with stuff. So, like, for example, if we were talking about learning a new discourse can feel uncomfortable or oppressive or be too much work, obviously we could have hooks in there. Class tells us how much work it is. Delpit, who I keep trying to get you to read, talks about that directly. Bartholomew shows it. Who else could we use? Alfred says we have to talk about it. If that's too much work or uncomfortable, I don't know. It depends on how you see that. But those are fine places to start. You're going to need minimum 3 sources for this paper, probably 4. So I would just list all of them that you can, and then go back and reread those, or at least look at your notes on them to see how they fit before you find quotes and start writing. The second one, being asked to adapt to someone else's communication can make it feel like you have to change. Well, we know that's class. We know that's hooks. and can make you feel like you have to change. Now, Delpit would work funny here. Elbow could work here. He says that students fear that they're not good enough, or that, yeah, I can see how this could work. Okay. You see what I'm doing here? I'm not saying these are the sources you have to use if you pick this topic. I'm saying, please, will you, after you've picked your problem, go through and make sure you have 4 or 5 sources listed to find things from. You only have to use 3. That's the minimum you have to use. I don't know if you're the minimum sort of person, but you're probably going to use 4 or 5. If you're having problems finding sources or remembering them, shoot me a text or an email and I'll try to help you. Okay, so we find the sources. Then the next ones, write your essay. And we're all different. We really are. I know, that's trite, but it's true. You've been writing a lot of body paragraphs lately, and some of you could use your body paragraphs as the place you start. You might copy and paste those body paragraphs into something and write around them. I don't know. But you have to decide which is your favorite way to start a paper. I like having a thesis. That's why I pick my problem first. That doesn't mean I have to write the whole introduction, but I like to know what it's going to be about first. Some people like to do the works cited first. Remember, there's a video in week 5 about how to make a works cited, if you need help with that. I would suggest strongly that you use the MLA overview sheet and that video versus counting on Word to do it for you, because it does it wrong. It's not that I'm against taking shortcuts when you can. It does it wrong. So if you use that, your works cited will be wrong. So I wouldn't use that if I were you. That's just my advice. So anyway, write your whole essay, then please, 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 put it up on the peer review workshop number 1. It's due there by Monday. It says also send it to the WRC. There's a video on how to do that on Moodle. And consider sending it to me, like I've already begged twice during this video. So, this peer review workshop. Let's go up here. Let's get this out of my way for a second. Let's go up here to our class and look. Peer review workshop is due Monday before 11 p.m. That's the latest possible time. Do it earlier, please. It helps your classmates out. It gets you better feedback. You click on here. It says you need to, this is worth 25 points. You need to post questions, put up a full draft. The full draft has an intro, at least 4 body paragraphs, a conclusion, and a works cited. So for the full 10 points, you need all of those. If you don't have them, instead of getting late, turn in what you have, because the questions will get you 5 points, and you'll get a piece of this 10 points. And as long as you respond to the other 2 people in time, that's the other 10 points. So it's better to put up what you have than not to put it up because it wasn't complete. So this is how you do it. You hit add a new discussion. Title it, what you're going to title it. I'm putting Sally's sample using past students' essay. The essay I'm using is a good one, by the way. It's a lovely essay. It's worth looking at. Then you have to come up with your questions. I'm getting 5 points just for putting questions here. Okay, I'm not, but you will. So in this one, I'm going to ask, how do you feel about my opening? Does it work for you as an audience? Because that's what an intro is supposed to do. It's supposed to work for their audience. Does it work for the English? I'm sliding. The English instructors as my audience. You have an assigned audience. Your assigned audience are all MMCC English instructors. That's why you're looking at the rubric, because that's their expectations, and you're watching that video. They're your audience. So, I have question number 1. Question number 2. What do you think of my synthesis? How could I make it better? Question number 3. I'm only doing 3 because I'm running out of time here, but do at least 3. 3 is what you do for credit. Overall, how can I make my essay better? Please be specific. Then I have to upload my thing. So I go over here. I'm going to choose a file. You're going to see that I have a billion files. Sample AMS1. Yes, I did prep this before you got here. I need to slide this down. I need to make this so I can get to it, because I need that button. I'm going to upload the file. I'm going to post to the forum, and there it is. I have 15 points. Now, if I just respond to the other 2 people, by Wednesday, 2-7, I'm going to get the other 10 points. I've got that covered. Yay! 25 points. They're really sort of free. Now, when you do that, when you post, remember, post to the peer review workshop on time. Yay. Send it to the WRC. Consider sending it to Sally. I don't even think you should consider. I think you should just send it to me. After you get the feedback from all 3 places, or each, it depends on your schedule, revise. Then make sure you turn it in to me by 11 p.m. for grading Saturday. It's sort of a big grade. So, right down here, in the blue. Turn it in here by next Saturday at 11 p.m. Alright, that was sort of quick. I am here, both in person, via text, or email. So I will help you with this. I know it's a struggle writing papers. I know you're putting yourself out there. You're trying something new. You're trying to work with this new discourse community. But I'm here to help if you want help. So let me know. Okay, talk to you soon.